Now, for 8 years, artist Katie Horrich has been painting page 3 girls in a copy of the outfit that she herself was wearing that day. And now, since she started in 2002, she claims it's evolved into a political statement, saying it became less to do with what they were wearing and more that they were at least wearing something. Anything. The outfits that she dressed them in document all of Katie's own fashion moments. So it all looks rather amusing. But on the serious side of it, do you actually think that the time has come, Jane McDonnell, for page 3 to cover up?
No, I don't. It's an institution in this country, really. And you know that when you buy The Sun, page 3 is going to be a lovely girlie on there with phenomenal... yeah, with assets, I would say.
But it's a newspaper.
But it's not. It's a newspaper that a lot of men buy. So you know, if they want to see that, that's fine. You know.
But nowadays, you could buy loads of magazines. I think it's quite interesting. There's a thing in the papers this week about lots of songs, especially kind of rap songs, infer that all women are sluts, you know, and it's the same kind of principle.
Not all rap songs, but lots of them.
You know, they've got not all of them, no, but some of them, the words are. That seems to be the cool thing. And you look at kind of some young people on Saturday night now, and you think you're not doing yourself any favours. And if it's become the norm, hasn't it, to see a naked woman in a newspaper, and you think, well, we're not doing ourselves any favours, nor are we doing young men any favours.
Why
If they want to read
you're not doing any favours? What do you mean by that?
Because it's just life isn't about flashing your boobs. It actually isn't. And there are other ways of being interesting. There are and it's a newspaper that's selling news stories. And you're saying to young men, you know, you're not capable of reading a news story without looking at page 3 first. I think it's degrading to the men and the women, personally.
Well, I have to say, I used to actually quite like Linda Lusardi and Sam Fox and Maria Whittaker when I was... I mean, I wasn't going, oh, God, it's page 3. But there were celebrities to me, so I can't...
You're talking about, you know, last sort of 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, and then, you know, we still had that kind of seaside humour where, you know, getting your boobies out was really funny in a newspaper. And now I think it's out of date. I was asked to speak about this at the Oxford Union a couple of years ago, and I mean, they were a bit extreme in that their line was, is page 3 acceptable in the 21st century? Well, you know, I wouldn't say it was unacceptable, but I do think it's dated, and I think it's had its day. And the Sun does actually now purport to be a really serious newspaper, you know, with good political reporting and everything. And then you open it up, and there's some bird standing there with no top on.
You think it's degrading?
Well, I don't think it's necessarily exploitative to the girls, no, because they know exactly what they're doing, and they all look at Jordan. They all think, oh, I'm going to make as much money as her if I just go onto page 3 and get my boobies out. So, you know, and it's the way they kind of insult,
isn't it? That if a young woman thinks the only way she's going to get anywhere,
why is that degrading when they know what they're doing? It's not.
No, it's not exploitative.
For them.
It's not exploitative, but it's degrading.
They're degrading themselves, then.
Themselves, and actually it's being encouraged.
If that's their talent, as it were, then why is it...
Sorry, 50 years ago, 30 years ago, to get your what's-its out and flash them was... You couldn't... That's the lowest form of entertainment.
There's always been top-shelf magazines, though. You have to admit that. Now they're on the middle shelf.
Now it's the norm. So every girl thinks it's OK to flash.
Not every girl, not every girl.
They do it every Saturday night, and they fall over drunk and get their what's-its out.
You see, I always look
why not? Everybody's doing it.
I always look at The Sun as
different. They're not making money out of it. We're talking about women and girls who are making money out of it.
No, but it's a part of the syndrome that it's OK to be naked and topless, and this is great and fine, and you're going to make money out of it, and as long as it makes money, you're not degrading yourself.
No, what's more patronising to me is the fact that the newspaper actually pretends that these girls have got a view on the news, and they call it news in briefs. And, you know, it's just some silly comment and some really desperately serious story, and you know, it's a little bit annoying. And, you know, I stick by what I said a couple of years ago.
It always makes me chuckle, actually, to read what Katie thinks.
They should have a man in briefs now and say this...
No,
they should have a man in briefs with the title Well-Hung Parliament.
No one wants to see that.
OK, never mind.